Hello viewers, how are you doing? Welcome to my channel. You're watching WarGamingTV. My name is the Rage God and I welcome you all to my channel. We are playing Call of Cthulhu and this is part 3 and chapter 3 to 4 I guess. We'll have to see. In the previous one I did chapter 2 and chapter 3. So I'm not going as per the chapters but I'm going as per my own speed and pace. And welcome to my channel. If you are new, like and subscribe. And I don't know why this is showing right now. Oh, thank God. I thought my saves were lost. So Call of Cthulhu is a role-playing survival horror game developed by Cyanide and published by Focus Home Interactive for Microsoft Windows. And this is an awesome game. This was released in 2018, but I got it this year because it was on sale. And this came as a, I don't know, very different connection, maybe coincidence, I don't know. I've explained what in my first video, so go check out my first video for that. And in the previous video I went down with the cat in the warehouse and we investigated a scene where like our main character, I don't know, imagines what might have happened and stuff. You will see. I cannot explain this, but this game is very interesting, and I like investigation and stuff. I like the detective theme. I'm also gonna do Sherlock Holmes series, so subscribe if you wanna see my future videos, and let's go.
Ugh, this place stinks.
Oh, shit. I need to reduce the sensitivity.
What is the connection between this place and the Sarah Hawkins case?
Okay, we already did the reconstruction stuff, but I don't know, we'll do it again here. You can skip this part if you have seen this.
What happened here?
A guy breaking this mirror. What's this, by the way? Bandages. So someone was injured.
Who has enough money to buy painkillers, but stays in a place like this?
Gosh, what is this?
It smells as bad as it looks.
Holy shit.
Can't sleep. I know how that feels.
Occultism.
Is this one of Sarah Hawkins' paintings?
No, we have, I think, one more thing.
What is this picture of Charles and Sarah Hawkins doing here?
So who's this person? What are your guesses? I think I remember when I saw this in my previous video. I'm recording this after a long time. So when I played this before, I think my guess was that this was their child, maybe, who ran away or something. They didn't found his body, right? I don't remember. It was something like they didn't find his body, so maybe there are chances that he is still alive, and or maybe a lover, or maybe someone who hated Sarah Hawkins. We don't know. We'll have to find out. minutes to 6 CP needed. Investigation represents your investigating talents. Improving the skill increases chances of understanding past events. Okay, but this will unlock as we progress into the game when we find the medicine books and stuff. And psychology represents your knowledge of human behavior, understanding motivations of a person, analysis of an object. I guess I need to improve the speech one, but this is already level 3, so I'll get this to level 3. Okay, where's the apply? Validate. Nice.
Oh, someone has settled in here.
And whoever it is has something to tell me about the Hawkins case. Is there anyone in there? You! Don't move! You again. I told you to stay away from this warehouse.
I'm not gonna threaten him all, otherwise he'll beat the shit out of me, I guess. Let's team up. Hold to test psychology. Someone else is interested in Hawkins. The case is far from being wound up. I don't think this is going to work. Nor this is going to work. I can do this maybe. I don't know who this guy is who's interested in the Hawkins case.
Look around you. Someone has settled in here. Can you explain what this painting is doing here?
This strange portrait. Wait, I know it. It was in the Hawkins mansion when we came to investigate the fire.
So you confirm that it was removed from the crime scene. Interesting. I'd like to go and see the mansion now.
Of course. You want to go back along his trail? I'd like to understand how this painting made it to here. Come on. My car's parked down the way.
So this worked.
Andrews, would you please shut the door? And open your eyes, damn it. This guy went right under your nose.
Yay, so this was
God
successful.
damn it. Her again. This case has nothing to do with you, Baker. Clear the passage or I'll shut you up for obstruction.
Officer Bradley, you've finally grown a pair. Too bad you're too fat to see them down there.
Why, you?
Come on, keep the smile. You don't want to force me to widen it.
Okay, I get it. Can we go to the mansion now?
I thought I'd straightened you out, mister. I am disappointed, but we'll meet again.
Is it far, this mansion?
So was she threatening the police officer
Look behind
or
you,
us?
at the top of the ridge. You
I
see
knew
the
this
building?
path was blocked. Damn.
That's the Hawkins mansion. Come on, we got some driving to do.
Thank God they have cars. By the way, what year is it when this took place? Comment down below. This game is very well made though. I like it. If you guys know more of such detective or investigation kind of games, please comment down below. I would love to play them. Pierce managed to get into the warehouse. The place thought to be abandoned revealed some surprises. Signs of recent occupation as well as a partly charred painting. Interrupting this searching by Officer Bradley, Pierce convinced him to join his investigation, so we succeeded. The police officer is willing to drive the detective to the Hawkins mansion. Okay. Damn, look at his cheek. police officer was attacked by the cat before.
Well, here we are. Hawkins
So we
match.
are here. I guess now the real game begins. Real thing. I hope there's no...
The place has been abandoned since the fire. There's only old Winchester in his hut.
Okay, I hope there's no ghosts and stuff, because that would ruin my fun. Unlocked answer. The place has been abandoned since the fire. There is only Winchester in his hut. You know the place very well.
He's clearly not doing any gardening.
You know, Silas Winchester has been working for the Hawkins family as far back as I can remember. Charles was like a son to him. The day of the fire, he lost his whole family, so he's got nowhere to go. And, as you'll see, in a way, he's still watching over them. Is there anything else you want to ask me? Or do you want to go up there?
No, wait. I still want to ask you some stuff.
I see no scorched trees or fire damage on the building.
You're pretty damn observant, ain't you? The fire was quickly contained. Old Silas acted as soon as he could.
Not soon enough to save the Hawkins.
They were trapped in the drawing room. And don't go troubling Silas anymore. His guilt torments him enough as it is. Are we gonna take a closer look at this mansion, or do you have other questions?
I still have more questions.
You're the one who looked after the Hawkins case.
Don't think I was trying to hide it. It's just that this discovery shakes my convictions.
That's why you're so keen to find out who removed the painting from the mansion.
Yes. If something escaped us, or if there's been a law enforcement error, then it's up to the police to make good its mistake. Anything else?
So I think this police officer is a good guy.
I prefer to be prepared if there's going to be trouble.
It's a wise attitude. But apart from old Silas and some rotten floorboards, there's nothing to worry about.
Could he be a problem?
Strictly speaking, he ain't dangerous. But since the tragedy, he's been a little touched. Though, he's a remarkably sturdy man, given his age. A true force of nature.
A sad old man doesn't worry me.
Gee, if you don't want to listen to my advice, we might as well go. Right?
You won't get me to believe that it looked any better 3 months ago.
It's a very old building, you know? Its foundations would probably date from the arrival of the first settlers.
It's got nothing to do with Charles Hawkins' debts.
Ha! You've already begun to nose around, it would seem. So, since you already know it, the Hawkins family couldn't afford the upkeep of this house. It remains to be seen what they did with all their money. I wager it was Charles Hawkins' travels. Let's go up there. Unless you still have questions.
Yeah, let's go.
Night falls quickly here, and I want to be able to see when we arrive.
I'll go with you, if only to reassure Silas.
Why not? You can help.
Right. Let's go.
Spooky place. It's huge though. Big mansion.
Bradley was right. This place is much older than I imagined. But the
1693.
architecture seems too recent.
So it was remade, I guess. Renewed, it says. Hilltop House built in 1963 by Reverend John Bigford. John Bigford, okay. Who's
Someone must really hate Charles Hawkins.
I told you. Silas Winchester is still watching over the Hawkins family.
I must say, it's pretty gloomy.
So, Detective, does this place inspire any thoughts?
Do you know if Charles Hawkins had any enemies?
Not to our knowledge. He was a well-respected personality on the island. I don't understand. Silas would never have let such a thing happen.
Why were they buried here?
I was given to believe that it was Charles Hawkins' wish.
Strange idea. I imagine Webster wasn't too pleased.
Mrs. Hawkins' father? It's said that he's devastated.
Let's go to the mansion.
Please give me a minute. I didn't expect to set foot back here after the
Poor
burial.
kid.
What kind of deranged individual would defile this sanctuary? And steal a burnt painting? I don't see Silas doing such a thing. Let alone allowing it. Even that
The flowers on Sarah Hawkins' grave are fresh.
So someone misses Sarah Hawkins, but someone hates Charles Hawkins. And this one is also fresh. I guess maybe the Charles Hawkins guy may have, you know, faked their deaths to avoid debts to others. But whom did he own his debts to? That's the question. Let me talk to this guy.
The caretaker takes great care of.
Reach the Hawking Mansion. I wanna see what's over there. Also, is there anything like special vision stuff? Light is for middle mouse button, so maybe we can use light. A strange place. A chair. Nice view though. I take screenshots.
Someone is using the fireplace. I suppose that this is where old Winchester lives.
Hey man, are you coming or not? So cannot go. Game save.
I'll have to find another entrance.
Chairs and tables. Man, this place is so desolate.
This entrance is still in use.
Whoa! Whoa! You were trying to force the door, you nosy prick!
Easy, sir, all right? Put down the axe.
You know what we do with rubble like you? We gut them. Dump them into the ocean.
Whoa! You're Mr. Winchester. Lower that axe. Let's talk calmly.
I'll show you how we have it out on Darkwater.
You haven't forgiven yourself. You stay here to honor the memory of the deceased.
That's true. I want no more violence. No more tragedy.
It's painful to be the last one left.
You don't know how right you are. Understood. I'm listening.
The police report describes a domestic accident, but Stephen Webster has several reasons to believe that this may not be the case.
Webster is as stubborn as an old mule. And I did tell him that we should let the dead rest in peace.
He wants to restore the reputation of his daughter. I just need to see where the fire started.
No, I can't let you in. The mansion isn't safe.
That's why you barricaded the entrance.
That's right.
And this door?
It's locked, and I make sure it stays that way.
The sooner I carry out my investigation, the sooner I wrap up the case and return to Boston. After which, you'll never hear of me again.
Huh. I like the sound of that, but I have a better idea. You leave right now, and you never come back.
Silas! Pierce! In God's name, what are you doing?
Officer Bradley, this hood was trying to break into the mansion.
Do something, Bradley, or this story will have a nasty ending.
I vouch for him, Silas. He's working with us. We have reason to believe that someone entered the mansion and stole some paintings.
Impossible. I would have seen it.
Better safe than sorry. Now let us in. I promise to keep an eye on this one.
Okay then. I'll leave the key with you. You could have told me that earlier, Sonny.
Let's see what more I can learn from this mansion.
Nice. I like this. Maybe I can go and check his house before I go inside. What do you think? I need to know how the old man is.
The poor wretch seems to spend the best part of his time isolated from the world.
That's locked.
Bourbon. Empty, of course.
This is strange. What can I look inside his house? Anyways, okay, let's go back. Why can't I run in this game? I can only walk faster. Brisk walking.
Pierce, shall we enter? Now that you finish your fun and games with Silas, we can pay.
You're right. Let's go. Let's take a look inside.
I'm with you.
Nice. We are finally at the crime scene. Pierce and Officer Bradley explored the gardens of the Hawkins mansion. Family lies in the graveyard of the property guarded by Silas Winchester, old caretaker, still faithful to his employers, keeps watch on the place armed with his axe. Pierce and Bradley manage to calm him down and finally get hold of the key to the Hawkins mansion. They enter the building looking for the scene of fire. Okay. So the officer Bradley mentioned rotten floorboards. That means there's an underground tunnel or something.
Follow
Some
me.
moist, which is
I know the place.
some
Who
moist,
left
which
this
is
light on?
ruining the floorboards.
The Last Supper of the Hawkins.
Damn.
What does this tell me?
Awesome. I like the reconstruction stuff. This is amazing.
What kind of meat is this?
I don't know. Octopus? We can look at the octopus's head.
This place is for the head of the family, Charles Hawkins.
Okay. So he's fighting or he's frightened by something. Where are you looking at? The door? Someone came from here. We have to go there and check it out. That's Sarah Hawkins, the small child. I don't know what this is. Hey, look.
The boy was probably here. Smashed his plate on the floor.
The boy is scared of his father or suddenly shocked because he screamed, I guess.
Sarah Hawkins didn't eat. Was it because of the meat or something else?
They're fighting.
Something happened at this table. An argument?
Yes. Can we find something else? I guess that's it. Nothing else.
Hey, Pierce. Daydreaming again?
Working, officer. This dinner table tells us a lot about the Hawkins family life.
Well, we don't have all day. The scene of the fire is next door.
All this guy cares about is just the painting. Just his formal work, nothing else.
Sarah Hawkins painted herself with her son, Simon, ready to go somewhere, but without Charles.
Okay. So Charles. I guess she hated Charles. She was forced to marry him, I guess. What's this letter? What's the light? Something's there.
They seem happy, but Charles is already looking off into the future. His marriage just to stop along the way.
Look at his hand. It's like that meme. He has clenched his fist.
Let's see if I can find something the cops missed. Let's see if I can find something the cops missed.
Wait, maybe I can.
The child's corpse left a trace. Where are the others?
Damn. So the child is dead.
Did someone escape the fire?
Who is this though? I think this is Charles. Yes. I think this might be Charles. Or some male.
Was Charles Hawkins a heavy drinker?
I guess so.
If the painting I found on the docks really came from here, how come it didn't burn?
So it was stolen before. And someone falsely reported that it was there.
Did it stop at the time of the fire?
So it was 10 p.m. when the fire occurred.
They had a fight. Why? Did Sarah Hawkins lose one of her shoes? How?
Maybe she was knocked down. Maybe Charles hit her. Is there anything else? Or is that it? I guess that is it. That's all.
Blood. This lamp was thrown. This was no accident. This was a fight.
Ooh.
Someone fell here.
Sarah Hawkins.
A desperate attempt to flee.
He was on fire, whoever fled.
And the boy.
So, Detective, what do you make of it?
Something's fishy. What should I tell him? The fire wasn't just an accident, the clues don't match. Or it's official, the police. I think if I say this, he'll be mad. Clues don't match. I'll say the clues don't match.
Much of this evidence simply contradicts the investigation's findings.
Really? Tell me about it.
I found a bottle of whiskey. Empty.
Well, that must have been a loss for you.
No glass. I suspect one of them drank heavily to calm down. Charles, most probably.
That's pretty thin. Who says that bottle hadn't been there for a while?
I was under the impression the fire started around midnight.
Yes, Silas banged on our door around 1 a.m. Poor devil ran so hard he was almost belching his lungs out.
This clock burned before 10 p.m.
That's impossible. What you imply? Silas never would have hurt the Hawkins family. Besides, Dr. Fuller confirmed the hour of death in his report. Your clock must have already have stopped.
Dr. Fuller?
A brilliant surgeon, and a friend of the family. I'm sure he took the matter to heart. So, excuse me if I value his opinion over yours.
So be it. Let's move on. It would seem at least one person fled the crime scene.
What'd you say?
That mark on the door. Someone's hand slid down there. The left side has no mark. The door was open and that someone left.
For God's sake. I mean, if it's Charles or Sarah, they wouldn't have left their son.
They would rather die in the flames as a family instead of calling for help? I don't buy it.
Oh, yeah?
I can tell where young Simon was, but not his parents. Where were their bodies found?
I can't help you on that one. Charles and Sarah's bodies had already been carried away when I got here.
Without your authorization? By whom?
Marshall, Andrews, Chief West. We never deal with cases like that, you know. So... well...
I suspect this lamp caused the fire.
That's what the investigation suggested, too.
But does your report mention the bloodstains? The lamp didn't fall, it was thrown at someone.
For heaven's sakes, no. The report doesn't mention that.
I firmly believe this fire was more than just an accident.
Huh. What's your theory?
I don't know if I have to select one of these or I have to select all of these. I mean, one after another, the dialogue will go on. But first I'll select something like, I don't know. This is arson.
I think the Hawkins couple got into a fight.
You sure of that?
There's only one way to be sure.
I just ask that you don't disturb anything. If Chief West found out about what we're doing, I'd be in serious trouble.
That's fine. What's over here?
This door is locked.
So how long am I recording? Wow, 41 minutes. Okay guys, I'll end the video here. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. Click the next video. See you there. Bye bye.